Can a woman who's married please confirm that your husband's not more important than your sister, right? Right? Because if that is a stipulation of being married, I'm not going to be able to do that, ever. I already don't know if I want that, but if that's a thing, it's not going to work out.
Can you imagine if a guy made this video saying, my brother is always going to be more important than my wife. My brother is going to be more important than my wife. Just let it sit. How do you think that would be received? How do you think that would be heard? How do you think women would respond? How do you think a woman married to a man, let's say she marries the guy and one day he turns to her and says, something happens and he says, my brother's just more important to me than you are. How do you think? I'm just saying, what do you think the comments from women in the comments section should be?
I'm a 3-time divorcee and I'm getting married for the 4th time in June. Now, many of you might be asking, why get married again?
Actually, I think most of us are just wondering if you were sick from school on the days that they taught us about common denominators, because there is a clear one here.
For being truthful and admitting that I find my wife unattractive after her surgery. Ooh.
Yes, you're an
Oh.
I don't even need to hear the story. Okay, go ahead.
We're done.
Yeah. End of story. I don't even need to hear the story. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
So my wife had plastic surgery recently. We had discussed it and I was against it. It was not my decision and ultimately I had no say. She looks weird now. She had the fat sucked out of her face, lip fillers, a neck lift, and other stuff I don't really get. She gives me uncanny valley vibes now. It freaks me out. She is fully healed now and wants us to go back to normal. Like me initiating sex. I have done so, but not as much as I used to. And when I do try, I make sure there's very little light. What the? Okay. It's been a few months and I kind of dread having to look at her. Obviously, she has noticed. She has been bugging me to tell her what's up. I've tried telling her I'm tired from work or that I'm run down. Really anything except the truth. She broke down and asked me if I was having an affair. I said that I wasn't. She asked to look at my phone. I unlocked it for her and handed it over. I wasn't worried about her finding anything because there's nothing to find. She spent an hour looking through it and found nothing. She asked me to explain why I changed. I tried to explain that I wasn't that interested right now. Nothing I said was good enough for her. She kept digging. I finally told the truth. I wasn't harsh or brutally honest. I just told her that her new face wasn't something I found attractive and that I was turned off. She asked if that's why I turned off all the lights now. I said yes. She started crying.
Okay, his hole is getting deeper and deeper. I was like, oh my God.
There's more. Wait.
I said, I'm not attracted to you. Yeah, turn off the lights because you're ugly. Okay, that's all I heard. But okay, keep going.
So she started crying and said that she needed time alone. She went to stay with her sister. I've been called every name in the book since this happened.
Okay.
The sister said that I'm a piece of for insulting my wife's looks. Her friends think I'm the I try not to say anything. I can't force myself to find her attractive.
Oh.
They'll love her, but her face is just weird now. She looks like the alien from The Fifth Element.
For example, a woman never tells you what she's thinking. She only tells you what she's feeling. And a man doesn't tell you what he's feeling. He only tells you what he's thinking. That's why they're always arguing, because they think they're listening to each other. So when a woman says to you, get out, don't come back, don't leave. Don't pack your bag, brother. That's just the way she feels at the moment. If you leave, she'll kill you. And when a man says, woman, you're stupid, it doesn't mean that's what he feels about you. That's what he calculated and he analyzed for the moment of the present condition that you seem to be acting a little stupid. So he doesn't mean that you are a stupid creature. He's analytically assessing your present state. Why? Because a woman is emotional, but a man is logical.
The problem that modern women are running into is they think their box is special. And they didn't really understand that men don't need relationships to feel complete anymore. And that caught a lot of these modern women completely off guard. Men started really honestly and truly getting smart about this. They started building full lives on their own. Full life. Hey, I got friends, I got family, I got all that I need. And then started to realize that they weren't missing anything. You don't have a woman to hold you at night. I don't need to. If you go, a lot of these modern women gonna kick, holler, and scream and gonna keep me up at night anyway, right? So you have men understanding now, with the way modern women act, there's not really anything missing. So at that point, a modern woman loses her ability to use a man's loneliness. Oh, you lonely, the male loneliness epidemic. When a man realizes how important he is to society and him staying away from trouble and drama, you lose that ability to say, oh, you lonely, you gonna need me. You lose that ability to use it against him. And honestly and truly, what you're seeing from a lot of modern women is they really don't have a backup plan for this. Just more shame, just more insults, more guilt.
For the perfect man, would you bow?
No.
So, okay, think about this. The perfect man, perfect looks, perfect personality, perfect loyalty, never leave you, never cheat on you, treats you amazing, perfect treatment, perfect wealth, money. So technically the perfect man could be a trillionaire. No bow?
It's just a little weird.
Little weird?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do a little weird things for like $1 billion?
Yeah.
This is what I don't understand. Like, how about this? If I employed you at a Target and you have to bow as the guests come in, and I'll pay you $10 million a year to do that, would you take that job?
Yeah.
For $10 million a year,
yeah.
But you have to work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Or I could give you not only the world's richest man, but he's perfect in every single way. Through him, you would have more money than $10 million a year, and you don't have to work. You don't take that?
No.
So you do the same exact thing, and in fact, you only have to do it one time, but if you work at the store, you're there for 8 hours.
Doing it to everybody.
And you have to do it to everybody. Really?
Give me the billionaire.
Yeah, it just makes more sense to do it there.
You're an average woman and you want to know how you get a high status man? Okay, I'll teach you in just 5 steps. Step 1, you can't. Sorry, but you can't. So there's no need to go over all the other steps, but hold on, let me tell you why. A high status man, he has options and real options. He's not choosing based on your standards. He's choosing based on your value. So when you say stuff like, I need a man making over $500,000 a year, or I have high standards, or I'm just thinking about my future, you have some questions to answer yourself. Are you fit, or are you working on it? Are you young, or are you trying to compete with a 20-something-year-old using Botox and filler? Are you feminine and submissive, or are you loud, combative, and allergic to being led? Do you like to cook, or do you hate it? Do you bring peace, or do you bring problems, mood swings, and test to see if he really loves you? Because men at that level, they invest in beauty, peace, and a woman who makes life feel lighter and easier. And if you bring kids from another man into the equation, your chances are even smaller, honey. I'm sorry. So what the hell happened? Average women used to go for average men, solid men, hardworking men, and loyal men with character. Now, a lot of average women want the top dog while refusing to become a top woman themselves. That is not high standards. That is high entitlement. That is why you're still single. That is why you're getting older. And that is why you keep asking, where are all the men? Where did they go? Honey, they're everywhere. Take a look around. They're on construction sites doing electrical work, and they're working the double shifts. And guess what? Those men, they would treat you like a queen, but you are stuck in fantasy land. You think you have the same chance as a sweet, feminine 20-something-year-old who looks like a model? I'm sorry, but no, give me a break. Your prince might not be dressed in Italian designer suits every day. He might be in work boots, covered in dust, looking for a woman who's actually worth committing to, but you're too blind to see him.
So this guy that's been trying to take me out, finally picked a day. And so I was like, okay, well, what time and where? And he said, well, I don't know. Do you like coffee? Now, on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being super bitch and 0 being no bitch at all, can I respond never on a first date?
This is the exact attitude that is honestly exhausting for men. My honest advice is to please show this attitude off as soon as possible to the men that you're speaking to, because at least then they will have an honest take of who you are as a person and how it would be to be in a relationship with you. And then at least that man will be free to either just focus on his own peace or find somebody else to focus on.
This lady got a question for us, fellas. Let's see if we can help her out.
Auntie's here, and I got a question. Why are more women shoveling themselves out, digging themselves out? Where the men's at?
Okay, it is time to go outside and shovel some snow. Where's a man at when you need him? Because ain't no men around here. In New York, I never hardly had to do this because, of course, I had good neighbors. I should have kept that last guy I was dating.
I can't do another winter with no husband. This is the last winter I got in me without a husband.
I'm a single black woman in Chicago. First, I have to go shovel my own snow. I'm a single woman in Chicago. So even my male friends don't even see if I need my snow shoveled or iced or anything because they think I got a list of dudes lined up and they don't want to do it so they don't look stupid because in case somebody else is cracking me.
I am 40 years old, and at this big age, this is the very first time I had to shovel my porch, stairs, and walkway by myself. As a single mom, I'm at peace and I love my life. But it's moments like this that make me think to myself, it would be kinda nice to have a man around the house. But
I'm trying to be a good Samaritan and shove this hard. Like,
if you got a man and he out here shoveling your snow, sis, go in the kitchen and fix that mother plate. Stop playing. Stop it.
This is hilarious to me, so I guess you only need men when it's time to pick up the check and shovel snow. That's what I'm taking from this video. And it's so funny to me because that type of thinking is why these women are out there shoveling snow, because they don't understand the value of a man. And then these women are tripping. And one lady talked about something, she gonna find a husband by next year. Well, you look like you're in your 40s, maybe 50s, so if you ain't found one yet, I'm gonna bet that it ain't gonna happen next year either. And the other lady mad at her so-called male friends because they don't want to come shovel her snow.
What kind of shit is that?
Lady, that's not their job if that's your male friend. Why would you even expect them to do that? That is insane. But it's fine. I'm not here to give you women a speech or anything. I'm just here to answer the first lady's question. She asked, where are the men, or what are the men doing?
Just chill. Dad, what is it like being married? Right now, I'm busy. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, don't go away.
What? What do you mean? You just told me to leave.
No, don't ignore me. Now apologize.
Apologize for what?
I know what it's like to be married.
I really do hope 5 girls make it through.
Which makes the guys' odds even worse, if you think about it.
You think 3 guys should go home?
It is nothing against guys.
Why does gender have to play a fact in somebody's elimination for $5 million? Shouldn't their character and their ability be the thing that pushes them forward?
No, I have a strong connection. The girls are in a pod, the guys are in a pod. You've gotten to know the guys.
But I don't care if a girl or guy moves forward. You do.
We're done with this conversation.
If I was a guy, I'd be so scared to be in a relationship in America because they are willing to be traditional, but the women are not. And they get nothing in return for their money, their time, or their resources. And the girl ends up cheating or not willing to cook or make a sandwich. And it's just, I'm so happy I'm not a man.
The reason that you have a lot of these guys now saying that they don't want to be in relationships and they don't want to date and it's not worth it to them is just because it's like, I'm giving you what you're asking for. I'm giving you what you say you need. And then when it comes to me asking for what I need, you're just like, no, right? You're just not willing to do it.
And once you, listen to all of these things, you understand why men are checking out. You have women saying that they don't really need a man, and men heard it. Men heard you. Y'all didn't understand that. Men stopped. Modern women are upset that men stopped inserting themselves where they weren't needed or where women said they weren't needed. I'm thinking about the island that woman built. And she actually did need men to come in and build her island. It was like, oh, well, that's all we need before we get out of here. Right? But then in the end, I think she went bankrupt. So men stopped inserting themselves, knowing and understanding, well, you'll be back. You'll be back. Men stopped pursuing. They stopped providing. They stopped showing up for you guys. knowing that you'll be back. You talk a lot of trash. We talk a lot of foolishness. But at the end of the day, my services are needed. You'll be back. And guess what? Now modern women want all of the men. Where are the men who yearn? Where are the men who just love women and just want to be good and a nice person to a woman? At the house. That's it. Men aren't, they don't hate you guys. Men are not bitter. It's just, at this point in time, it's going to be really hard to get a man to reverse course after all of the nonsense that you talk.
I've talked to at least 15,000 single people now, so now I learned a thing or two. Most women want a man of you guys' caliber. You know, you guys, I'm gonna give you your kudos. You're successful men, you're attractive men, well-spoken men, black men, you know, do well, you do for the community. They all want you. Now, it doesn't matter if she's rich or poor, fine or not that attractive, they all want you. Now, we know the truth of the matter is you guys represent, really when it comes down to it, not the larger portion of the masses. You guys literally might be 10%, might even be less than that. You might be like the 5%ers, the 1%ers, but it doesn't matter because 100% of the women all want you. So what happens is, what I've learned is social media has given people insights to other people's lives. So every girl wants a man that makes bare minimum 100K, has to be attractive, faithful, prefers no kids. If she has kids, love her kids like they are your kids, treat her kids like you created her kids, show up for her when she needs you to show up for her, go to church with her every day, don't ever speak to another woman, always be available, but work so much that you can fulfill my lifestyle. It's crazy. I'll save it for my next invention is the AI guy. I'm gonna make the 6'6" AI human-like man because it's literally the only man that represents this. And I think that what I've come to learn is women get really offended because they use settling. I hate the word settling because if you say, oh, you're saying I'm not good enough for a man that makes 100K, and their argument will be, well, I make that or more. So it only makes sense for me to require a man that makes what I want or more. Logically speaking, I get that. I don't have a disagreement there. But the part that they're missing, which matters the most, is that man doesn't date the same. A lot of times the wealthy man or the man that has the money, he doesn't want a broke girl, but he has enough, he goes into it knowing he's paid for everything, right? So even though you have a certain lifestyle, this man in his mind, I still gotta pay for everything. So your money doesn't matter that much as you think it does.
She said, if you feel like you could go out there and go find a better, go right ahead. And all I said was, if you believe you ain't capable enough of becoming a better, hell, I'll start looking. Just let me know something.
I just got home from a date. We were going to an event and dinner. We did not make it to dinner. He just dropped me off at home. I'm back home. I've been gone for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm back home. And I have a friend coming to pick me up right now. I just asked him to take me home. You know the amount of times I have wanted to do that while on a date and I didn't, and I just sat there and grinned and bared it. A guy does something or says something or is something that I just don't jive with, and I stick around because it's the polite thing to do. No more of that, girls.
Why is this a video? You're 39 years old, honey. 39 years old, you're making a video about this? You're not some like 23-year-old dim-witted TikToker. At least we hope not, right? That you're not in that mindset. 39 years old. And you know what? If you looked back in time and you went back, say, I don't know, 30 years. At 39, a woman would have, be married, have a couple of kids and a dog. Would be an adult.
She was asking me, what is the greatest love story to guys? And women, you won't like this because no guy's getting cheated on or over, but the greatest love story for guys is Rocky. And I'll tell you why. It's a story about a guy that had a dream. He had nothing, he didn't have a lot of money, and he met a girl, Adrian. And the whole time he was training to achieve this dream, Adrian just left him the alone. And at the very end, he fights in the world championship to Apollo. He loses. He's at his lowest point. He's beat up. He didn't achieve his dream, and Adrian is still there for him. She even says, she goes, "I'm right here, Rocky. I'm right here." Oh, it's beautiful, you know? It was written by a guy. Can you imagine if Rocky was written by a woman? Jesus Christ, he'd never be champion, that's for sure. It would just be 2 hours of Adrian just nagging him, just, "Why you gotta go to the gym all the time? Ah, God, this dog's gross. Can we get a little teacup? Why do you hang out with Mickey so much? Why don't you just Mickey? You like Mickey so much." The ending would be pretty similar, though. Like at the end, again, Rocky would lose. He'd be at his lowest point, and then he'd call out. He'd go, "Adrian," and she'd go, "I'm right here, Rocky. I'm right here." And then he'd look, and then she would be over there with Apollo and go, "Oh, while you were working out, he was my true love, so I had to cheat on you. Sorry." And then all the women would be like, "Yes, queen, live your truth. Yes."
One summer, like, I got really and there was just a group of like 5 guys, and a train happened. But like, it wasn't anything crazy. 5 isn't even that much, bro.
5 isn't that much?
5 isn't even that much. It's not that much. It's not that much.
Are you serious?
If I would've went to 6, that would've been crazy. But I only went to 5.
Yo, where is your dad?
It was like 2 summers ago. It was not. It was nothing, bro. Next summer, I'm gonna up it to 6. Maybe this summer.
If you can't pay for your own personal care, don't date. A man should not be paying for your hair, nails, lashes, or brows. That's personal care. That's like dating a man and him expecting you to pay for his haircuts. If you can't afford the lifestyle that you want, don't make it someone else's bill.
This is all behind a bunch of down low, disgusting, despicable men who don't want to just go live in their truth and be the down low, attracted to.
First things first, she is really fighting to get those words out there, which tells me that the gears must not be turning that quickly up here, but moving on. Ladies, you have to stop calling men gay just because they don't like you and they don't treat you correctly. You think that just because a man doesn't treat you correctly, that all of a sudden he must be gay because he treats his friends better than me. A lot of the ladies treat your friends better than you treat that man that you're sleeping with. So we could say the same thing for both sides, but either way, this was very homophobic and rude, because not you calling it despicable, disgusting, to possibly be attracted to the same sex, hello? And on top of that, putting in quotations, men, as if the possibility of them being gay makes them no longer men. I'm going to need some of you ladies to start living in your truth and stop making male-centered content and instead just go date women. Because obviously you can't stand men, and it sounds like they can't stand you too, babe.
I think another thing that modern women have to understand when watching these clips is men are not waiting around for women to finish making bad decisions and then finally decide that he's good enough to be. Well, I guess why not? Men are not saying, "Oh, well, you know, she made 1 too many bad decisions. You know, she went out there and got 4 or 5 baby daddies. Maybe now she'll see my value." No, absolutely not. And they're not doing that crap anymore. It's foolishness. Not waiting around for you to see it. "Oh, well, yeah, I guess you're good enough now. I guess I give you the time of day." No, you should have given me the time of day back then. You come groveling, you come begging, but that man done moved on. That man done got his life together. That man done leveled up. That man done completely closed the door on y'all losers. And I hate to say it like that. They can completely close the door on y'all. By the time you come around looking for him, that man already unavailable and unbothered by your foolishness. Women calling men, that man in a whole relationship. "Oh, well, what happened to my friend?" Friend? You mean the man that kept on paying for you everywhere you went, and you didn't do anything? You didn't even say thank you, just expected it? And he decided, "Oh, well, she don't really want me like that. Let me go ahead and find somebody that really actually likes me," and start spending money on them. Fool around, found somebody, got married, and now you're upset.
Am I the for divorcing my wife after finding out about her past in a way she never intended me to? I've been married to my wife for 3 years. From the beginning, we talked about values, boundaries, and how seriously we both viewed relationships. She always described her past as fairly low-key and told me she avoided casual dating.
Okay.
A few months ago, while helping her set up an old laptop she wanted to give to her younger cousin, I logged in and found a backup folder she had forgotten about, which contained old group chats, photos, and messages from years before we met. I was not looking for anything, I was just trying to transfer files, and what I saw completely contradicted the version of her past that I had been told.
Ooh.
There were conversations with multiple men at the same time, explicit jokes about situations she's had previously, told me that she would never put herself in, and messages where friends laughed about things she now claims she has always stood against. This was not one or two moments taken out of context, it was a consistent pattern. I didn't confront her immediately. I sat with it for days, weeks, and then when I finally got the courage to bring it up, she admitted it. And she said it was all real, and she never told me because she knew it would change how I viewed her. She said she's grown out of this lifestyle and that is her past. And that shouldn't matter to me because I chose her for the version she is today. For me, this issue isn't about her past behavior. It's that I built a marriage on what I believed were shared values and honesty. And finding this out made me feel like the truth was deliberately hidden, not forgotten. So I asked for a divorce. Some people say I violated her privacy and went digging, even if unintentionally, and that I am punishing her for something that happened years before me. Other people, like my family, are saying that it's impossible to build trust on a marriage when the trust has been broken already. So, am I the asshole for proceeding with this divorce after finding out the truth about my wife?
Boundaries are getting mislabeled as insecurity.
What are you guys?
Firefighters.
Would it be bad if a guy said like this was his red flag?
Yeah.
Why?
You're insecure. Yeah.
When someone can't tolerate a boundary, the easiest move is to make the person setting it feel wrong, label it, belittle it, so they don't have to deal with it.
But what if you wanted like an exclusive vibe?
On another girl.
Even if the boundary itself would make sense.
If you were in Walmart in your underwear, how would you feel?
Uncomfortable? Yeah.
How do you feel right now?
I mean, it's Halloween.
They can see their own discomfort, but they can't see it in someone else when it clashes with what they want.
You don't want to be with a man that's insecure.
So if he doesn't want you just showing
That's toxic.
he's insecure.
And I know there are people that won't say anything so they can avoid the argument and the label that comes with it. But if you're generally bothered by your girl's joints bouncing up and down the sidewalk and you stay quiet, that doesn't make you confident. That makes you resentful. When every boundary gets labeled as insecurity, real communication stops.
If your body count is under 50, do me a favor and go outside and live a little bit.
She said to go outside and bust that coochie wide open. Yeah, that's what she said. Why is your body count at 50 to begin with? You are already your self-esteem is on the floor. And she's encouraging you to now walk all over it. 50! And she's telling you that you haven't lived enough yet. If you ask me, you've lived too much. You're doing too much. You've done too much. And you need to stop. If your body count is at 50, you should never get into another relationship. Ever. Just stay single for the rest of your life. I mean, you're already in a situation, but you don't have to make it worse. You don't have to listen to women like that and have no self-respect. Love yourself first, okay?
Number one, you felt calm, but not the spark. You felt calm. Maynard, he's a good man.
Right.
He's a good man. So this is a guy from your past. When you say, I didn't feel the spark, but you felt calm, you felt relaxed, he felt and seemed very intentional, and you moved on and didn't find what you're looking for, and now it's 4, 5, 8 years after the fact, that was a sign that you
That was your him. That was your him.
Because remember, not all guys are going to bring that peace and calmness out of you.
Mm-mm.
So if he does, and because you don't feel the Hollywood, Disney World, social media spark that everybody tells you supposed to be there, you assume that you couldn't have grown into that. You couldn't have grown to appreciate him. You couldn't have grown to even really love him. But because you didn't feel that little, like you said, immature Disney World spark.
Butterflies, which is really nervousness. That's not... Calm is good. Calm means safe.
Yes. Facts. Number two, he treated you better than anyone before. I can't tell you how many ladies talked about he did everything right. He treated me the best that I've ever been treated, and you still ain't with him. What the hell?
You still let him go.
This is my wifely opinion. If you ever hear a woman say, I work 40 hours a week, I pay for my own hair, my own nails, I take care of my gas, my utilities, I pay for my mortgage or my rent, I pay for everything. And this is the reason why I cannot be soft and feminine and be his piece. I want you to know that she is lying. The reason why she cannot be that person's piece and be the feminine woman that she is designed to be is because she just does not trust you. Her ideas of a man is severely negative. So if you ever hear a woman say those words that she cannot be somebody's piece and she cannot be feminine because she's working, make sure you let her know that you are not interested. Go find a woman who does not have trust issues and actually loves men.
Goodness gracious, this is actually somebody's wife. Listen, it's bad enough being in the first place, but to publicly show it while having a husband, absolutely outrageous. Did you sit there and literally think to yourself, how can I embarrass my husband today? Because you cannot tell me that this transition from this to this isn't a public humiliation ritual.
I have a question.
What's that?
Why do people like cars that are so low to the ground, that are easily scratchable?
Well, a car lower to the ground is sexier. It's like,
I disagree.
Well, that's because you have bad taste.
Like, if you have to worry about going over a speed bump, and scratching the bottom of your car, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
It
like,
is worth
what a headache.
It is worth it. Like, women deadass put on heels and makeup and spend 3 hours getting ready for the most pointless thing, and it's worth it to y'all because it makes you feel better. Now, all of a sudden, I want to lower my car because that makes me feel better, and clicking a button to raise it is too much work. Okay.
So everybody put your hands in the air. It's an all-night party that we're getting into. You think it's all over, then the joke is on you. It's a dream, it's a scene, and it's so brand new.
And another angle to all of this is dating apps. Dating apps. They're supposed to help a lot of people. Supposed to help you, not waste your time. You're supposed to be able to look at a dating app or look at somebody's profile and say, oh, we vibe. Okay, cool. But it seems like it made everything worse, to be honest with you. You have a lot of men out here sending hundreds of messages, thousands of messages. I think I heard somebody the other day, or I think what's his name, Scott Galloway, talk about how men have to swipe thousands of times just to get, 200 responses. And out of those 200 responses, you might get maybe a handful of coffee dates or something like that. And then out of those coffee dates, you might get one that texts you back or something like that, or one that even goes on a coffee date with you, right? You might get people to respond, and then you get their number, and then you start talking to them, and you get one out of that 1,000 to go on a date with you, which is crazy. And if you think about it, on a dating app, in order to swipe that many times and be intentional about swiping, you have to spend a pretty good amount of time on there, like almost quite literally hours reading bios and swiping. That's time consuming. So, men are on dating apps, but modern women see the men in their inbox on dating apps, and then they think that they have so many options, so they just start disrespecting men, right? And then when the man don't want them, discard them, then they get back on the dating apps looking for some help and some assistance. Can't find none. Now they asking, where the good men go? Why don't the good men come out? Where are they at? Do they exist anymore? Yeah, they're in your inbox, or they were. You just never opened it. The audacity that these modern women have is actually unfreaking believable.
Oh, why are you dressed like that? You know girls are gonna stare.
God, let them stare. I dress for myself, okay? I don't dress for anybody else. I don't need your approval. If you can't handle bad, then leave.
Being a man is having to walk down the street to the grocery store, accidentally having to walk behind a girl who's also walking to the grocery store. So then you start slowing down your walk because you don't want her to be creeped out or be scared. So because you want her to just go to the grocery, do your thing. But you are also going to the grocery store. It turns out she's also going to the grocery store. So you walk into the grocery store, you happen to go up the same escalator, and the reason why you went to the grocery store is because you wanted the sushi from the grocery store, but she already walked the sushi section in the grocery store. So now you walk around the entire store pretending like you're buying anything else, but like you're really not, because you just wanted sushi, but you don't want her to be like creeped out or anything like that. So now you're just walking around wasting time until she's out of the sushi section, so she doesn't have to be freaked out. That's what being a man is like in today's age. Anyway, y'all want anything from Ralph's?
Men will put their in what they can put it in.
And they won't stay with them, but they will marry.
She just sat here and looked at all of us and said, oh, this is what men want.
I mean, ask them.
I have a problem a little bit with men, like just comments that you're making, but yet you...
I have no problem with men. I'm straight.
Well,
I love men.
I just heard like multiple just negative comments about men. Like
You
they like
do
to
realize
put their...
that men are responsible for 90% of the violent crime.
But you're sleeping with them, many of them.
Yeah,
so
but
do
we
like...
still love men. Saying, oh, I'm anti-man. I'm not.
I didn't say you were
straight.
anti-man.
I f- men. A lot of them.
I didn't say you were
I'm serious.
anti-man. I'm pretty
so
sure
tired
that
of
we
feminists
all
being labeled
love
as
men.
anti-man. We're not. In fact, I think feminists help men because we're trying to relieve a little bit of pressure off of them. Like,
But they're
I'm
not asking
anti-man.
for that. They would rather you just respect them. They would just rather respect. They don't care about none
Just
of the
because
things
we don't
you have
worship
to
men
offer.
doesn't mean that we don't like them. I don't put them on a pedestal. I don't treat them like they're princes.
should
I'm not
be
like,
on a
oh, what
pedestal.
great, amazing
They
dudes.
are
I like men just fine. I'm unfortunately straight too.
Question on this side, especially for those of you who love men, right? What can you tell me some things you love about men?
I like men the same reasons I like women. These are all just human traits. You're funny, you're smart, you're good looking, you take care of me. I have girlfriends like that. I'm not, I
But
mean
we're not talking
girlfriends as
about
friends
yeah,
or girls.
We're talking because you said that a lot of people think feminists hate men. I want to know, without talking about women,
okay.
Only talking about men, what do you like about men?
I guess I'm trying to think about what makes men unique, though, because when I like a man, they're funny, they're smart, they're good looking. But I could describe a woman with these terms.
Okay, so
too.
you don't think that there are things about men that are unique necessarily?
Well, I mean, I'm born straight, so I can't say like I choose to be attracted to men. Like this is how I was born. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I think that I'm attracted to men. I think they're pretty much the exact same as women. But if I were choosing like to hang out with someone one-on-one, I'd probably pick a woman because I'd probably be safer because they probably wouldn't be trying to, I don't know, have sex with me as an ulterior motive.
So it sounds like a lot of,
But I mean, I just don't see men as like a special category that they need to be worshipped in some separate way. Like, oh, men are really the reason why I'm here.
But don't you know that men allow you to have your rights? Because if it really came down to it, they can just overpower you and take all of your rights.
I mean, actually, I have rights because of women. I have rights because women
You have
who
rights
came before
because
me.
of men.
The reason why I'm able to vote is not because of men, but because of hard-working women.
And who allowed it?
A
Who voted on it?
few good
Who
men.
allowed these things to happen? Men, not a few. A lot of good men.
Do you think you need to ask your girlfriend to be your Valentine?
Fuck.
Why?
It should already be known.
So you're not gonna like take the time to do a romantic gesture and make her feel special?
Hell nah, bro. You ain't gotta do all that. Cause like, who else is she gonna be Valentine's with? That's like asking your mom to be your mom on Mother's Day. Who else is she gonna be Valentine's with? She gonna go like ask another dude or something?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Did you ask her or no?
No, she already just like said like we're Valentine's. I just told her straight up. And
So
she was cool with it.
She didn't care?
No. If she should be asking you all the time, like, oh, you're not gonna ask me to be your Valentine, that's a wrap, bro. That's a wrap. She's not the one. Facts, I agree.
So there's a trend that's going on where modern women are choosing to spend their 20s and the bulk of their 30s being 304s, and then all of a sudden they decide that they want to be a holy roller. Now let's kind of break this down a little bit, right? So a lot of modern women are spending their 20s and 30s being 304s, being on modern day time, having kids outside of marriage, being ran through, jumping from this man to the next man, getting a man to pay a bill over here, getting a man to pay for some hair, nails, and toes over here. Very much just out here in these streets, right? And then once this woman gets to her late 30s, she finally realizes, oh my goodness, I want to settle down. I want a family. I want to be a wife. I want to be renewed. I want a provider, a protector, a man that is going to be a safe space. I don't want to be out in these streets anymore. Then she becomes the holy roller. Then all of a sudden she's in the church. Now she's reciting scriptures. Now she's telling men, look, I'm not having sex until I'm married. So if you want to date me or be with me, you're going to have to put a ring on my finger before you get some of this. Y'all, ladies, it don't work. It don't work. You can't go from being ran through in a 304 to then deciding that now that your clock is running out and it's becoming a little too late and now you're ran through, your body is all over the place from having kids. You just don't look all that pleasing, right? You cannot then decide, oh, I'm going to be a holy roller now. And now any man that wants to take me seriously, he's going to have to wait until marriage. That's not how that works. Because unless you are a virgin, what man is really waiting for marriage for a woman that has already been ran through? And it just makes me laugh when women who have already had kids outside of marriage then wants to talk about waiting until marriage. It's not happening. I'm going to need you guys to stop trying to mask Christianity with being a 304. It's not godlike and it's not cute.
One thing you miss about your ex.
Don't you worry about it, King. Don't you worry about it. There's better girls out there. She's for everyone. She's for everyone. She's a daddy.
My girlfriend just got a job as a cart girl on a golf course, and she came home the other day, told me she accidentally gave a guy her number. How does that happen? You know, how did that happen? She goes, well, he cornered me, and I felt forced into giving it to him. I go, okay, yeah. Well, tell me, where exactly are the corners on a golf course? Not too many open fields with sharp angles. She goes, well, Dane, you don't know what it's like to be a woman in this country. I said, according to every bully I had, yes, I do.
And you know what you're seeing darn near in real time, I would say, is men have stopped caring what women think about how they live. And the piece that came with what men are doing right now, just not caring. Not caring what the heck women feel like, what women think about what they're doing. That's what's keeping men dating market. That's what's keeping a lot of men out of the dating market, is the fact that they don't. I'm not here to impress you anymore. I'm not dressing to impress. I'm not performing for you. I'm not adjusting just to appeal more to you. Just living exactly how I want to live and sleeping great, living great, eating good. You see those memes where the dude will be sitting in the restaurant and he'll say, you know, I sleep better at night. I sleep better at night knowing my meal is $40 instead of $100. That's the way men feel now.